So Jenny, you were telling me before about how as a personal trainer, getting into exercise in your 20s,
Yes.
your view then is really different to your view now. Can you tell me a little bit about that journey?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think, everything is very different from when you're like in your 20s and compared to now, at age 51. And obviously we grow and we gain wisdom and insight. And I think what's been consistent over this period was definitely an acknowledgement that women seem to fight a war with different levels, varying levels of visibility, but we're fighting a war within the walls of their bodies. And I think when you are younger and more robust and more resilient, when your hormones work, you can kind of boss your body. You can boss your body. You can, as I used to do a duathlon on Thursday and do a half marathon on Saturday. You can boss your body. You boss your body with contraception. You can boss your body. You'll get away with it. Stay up late, drink too much, eat random food, and then the hormonal shifts, and that shift into your natal years, your childbearing years. There is a shift, and your body says, well, we are going to grow a child. This is what we're doing. And I think it's the beginning of the end of one being able to boss one's body. And then you grow the baby, and then you birth the baby. And again, it's another period, the writing is on the wall. Your body says, I will heal in my own time. I will not be bossed. Yeah, you try and boss the baby weight off and, over exercise, increase cortisol, wreck your sleep, etc. Guess what? That belly fat will not shift, because that's when it thinks, it's time to lay down. Okay, and so we then move into the menopausal years, and all right, now the hormones say, this is what we're going to do. And now you're thinking, what? You truly can't boss here. So I think as we progress along the decades, it's almost like the voice of our body almost becomes more confident and more loud, and it's asking us for compassion. I believe it's asking us for compassion. It's asking us for, listen to me. And there's a meme, and I often, when I do a presentation, I pop in this meme, which is, and my body whispered to me, listen to me. And like, for the first time I was able to hear that. And I think that one of our jobs as professionals is to hold the space, make the container, make the safe space for the women to have enough quiet for this conversation to go on, for them to befriend their body, for them to lay down the arms against themselves and really start that journey of, literally coming together with oneself. I think there is a lot of cognitive dissonance going on for a lot of women, a lot of fracturedness, a lot of separation, for a myriad of reasons. But so where am I in terms of exercise? And oh God, exercise is amazing, it's good for lots and lots and lots of things, but it does not salve hearts, souls, minds, and spirits. Okay, and for that we have to go deeper. And if you don't have the actual tools or the education to do that deeper work with women, then there are so many people on this planet now that they're one click away, that we can collaborate with, and we can complete that circle of care for these women. It's now not, as I said before, it's not kind of like a would be nice to do or an icing on the cake. This inner work is foundation stone on which we build squats and lunges and all that stuff.
I love what you say about creating space for a woman to befriend her body. And I think, you know, what we've also been talking about in our discussion before this is linking the different stages of a woman's life. So that time you were talking about where you can boss your body, and then linking how you treat your body at that point feeds into pregnancy and birth, how that then feeds into menopause. It's showing people the links between as well, isn't it?
That's, honestly, Tessa, that's a huge one. And I am not ashamed to say that, you know, I was a child of the 70s. You know, the pill was brand new then. When I had painful periods as a teen, then I was put on the pill, where I remained more or less until I was 39 and had a hysterectomy. My menstrual literacy is like in the minus. And I don't know the stats, but I know for sure I'm not alone in that. And so without that menstrual literacy, then as well, you know, has that affected my experience of menopause? Of course it has. Did it experience I had a hysterectomy at 40? Has it affected my experience of being having a hysterectomy? Of course it has. There's a whole load of conversations I was not having with my body because of being on continuous contraception since being a teenager. But those conversations were not being had then. If I could do it all again, if I could be my mom, then it'd be like, well, why has she got these painful periods? And you'd look at nutrition, you know, if I had a daughter now, well, let's have a look at what you're eating. I mean, I think I possibly survived on 3 packets of Polo mints and a bowl of rice with butter on the top.
And I think, you know, that pregnancy and birth time is really fundamental nowadays in people reassessing, and sometimes they do make a change after the birth and they think, I want to change the contraception that I'm using. It sort of gets them to consider their body in a whole new way. And so that's what I notice in my postnatal classes, that people asking questions about, well, what's the way forwards? Actually, I've had a really different experience of my body. And
that's a great thing. Isn't that a wonderful thing? Isn't that a wonderful thing? That's good. And it means that even though they've had a challenging time, they're still able to take some good out of that, in that, you know, it's I always think challenging situations in the round are information. You know, when we can stand back sufficiently from them, it's information. And how wonderful to have gone through a challenging situation and seen it as, it's information. That's information.
When you have support to come out the other side.
Yes. And that's what we can do as professionals. And you know, there is for all of us, as we age in our profession, as we progress, as we mature, to not be afraid to move away from kind of the language and the ideologies of where we started. Don't be afraid. It's wonderful to just say, oh my gosh, you know, I know better now. I'm going to do better now. And never be afraid to think, you know what, I need some different education. I need some new education. I'm ready to step into this next place, because actually I know more now. I feel different. I think differently. Of course we do. We don't think the same as we did even 10 years ago. To finish, well, not to finish, but to go back to where we started. But it is the only way, it is the best way to be friends with oneself.
Mm.
Everything else has got to be bother. Everything else has got to be like an energy drain. It's got to be sapping. And again, you know, I didn't have this language when I was in my 20s. Thought exercise was the salve for everything. Kill it with a spin class. And, you know, as I said, we grow, we mature. And it's a great thing to say, oh, yeah, that was me then. And now, yeah, I'm moving on. I've grown, I've learned. It's wonderful. Give yourself, as a professional, give yourself the gift of saying, oh, you know that thing I said a decade ago? Maybe not. Actually, this is what I think now. It's the ultimate liberty. Free yourself. And so you said to me on my website, oh, it looks like a lot of things have gone down. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, that model doesn't, you know, that model was created in my late 30s. I'm 51 now. That doesn't suit me at all.
Mm.
I'm after peace, ease, and also truth saying. I just cannot sell a course that pretends that the pregnancy exercise class is it. It's just like, no, soz. It's not.
More holistic nurturing coming in.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, we could talk forever. Where do you live? You should come round.